Hey everybody, welcome back. Thanks for tuning into the channel again. I thought in today's video we'll go over the digital display here in the middle of your two gauges. This is on our 2023 Frontier Pro-4x. There's a little bit of stuff in there you can kind of go through and see what different things are doing, pressure, gas, speed, all that kind of stuff. So I thought I'd just go through the settings and show you exactly what's in there. If you're looking for this truck yourself, it gives you an idea of what you can look forward to. And if you have this truck already and you don't really know what you're looking at, I'll try to explain it in this video. Everything in there is controlled by here. You got your left and right arrow, up and down if you need be. Enter is to pick what you want to look at. And that is all the controls you need to go through all the stuff that's listed in the center here. All right, all the lights are on just because the vehicle is in accessory mode and not actually running. But you can see in the middle here, I started off just with speed. Obviously we are not moving, so it's showing 0 kilometers an hour. Up top you can see a little speed on, or a little sign, what looks like a speed sign on the top. As you drive, that'll pick up the speed limit on the road you're on and post what the speed limit actually is. Then to the left of that you have kilometers to empty. The left of those you have your lane assist and sensors, and then on the other side temperature. And down below you have your average speed. If you want to reset it, this enter button on the steering wheel, you hold it and you can see it'll zero itself out. It's not very accurate. You can see it said I was averaging 39 kilometers an hour. I do mostly highway driving, so that is definitely way too low, but it's in there and that is what they show you. Now if we go to the side, this is part of the off-road stuff. I'm not sure if all have this or just the Pro-4x, but it gives you some degrees, your departure and all that angles. You can see right now we're parked on my garage floor, so it's pretty flat. It's picking up 1 degree to the bottom, which means we're pointing uphill 1 degree. And the rest is leveled out. That, if you're crawling over rocks and stuff, going up hills, will change and tell you exactly what point you are at. Again, if we switch to the right, you do have a couple auxiliary gauges. This is just temps, battery. I don't really know how much I trust these things, but it is in there. There's 2 pages of that. You can see oil and your oil temp. It's all in there. Again, go to the right. You have driving. This is how long you've driven, how many kilometers you've driven, the fuel mileage you are getting, and same thing as before. If you hold the center button, you can see it resets and you're good to go. The timer will start. I don't know exactly why it picks up time when the vehicle is not physically started, but it does. It's just how it works. So if you're wanting to do that, just keep in mind it does start going right away. Again, one more to the right. This is your actual fuel economy. If you have this page up as you drive, it'll go up and down. Obviously, if your foot's to the floor, it'll go all the way up. If you're coasting, it pretty much goes between 0 and 5. And downhill, even more so, just because you're pushing no pressure on the gas pedal at all. It's all to do with how heavy your foot is. Obviously, heavier the foot, more fuel you're going to use. But it's all in there if you want to keep track of it. We'll go over again to the next one. Now this is your radio settings. It shows you what you're on. Right now it's showing we're set to our preset number 3, which is 95.3 on the FM. Whether you're on Sirius satellite radio, Bluetooth, you got, a USB plugged in or whatever the case may be, it'll pop up and just show you what you're on. Over to the right again, now you have your direction. You can see we're parked in the garage. We're facing north right now. If you want to know what direction you're going, you can leave this on. This is actually the one I usually cruise around on. Not that I need to know what direction I'm going, it's just I find the rest of it kind of useless information, to be honest with you. Maybe the off-road one, once I get the truck out in the bush, will be a little more handy, but as for this, I just usually keep it on here. One more over, speed limit sign. That's pretty much just a copy of what we have up top. If you want a bigger one for some reason, it'll show you that and show you the speed limit you should be going where you are driving. Over again, you have your driving aids. You can see forward collision, your lane assist, and blind spots all have the speaker with the sound on. So all those are turned on. While you're driving, it'll beep or buzz depending which one's going off. And just keep you in check and make sure you're not going to crash into anybody. On to the next one, tire pressure. This will tell you your pressure, but of course we're not driving, so it won't be on there. And in the middle, you can't see it because the writing's in the way. It says 35. This truck calls for 35 PSI in all the tires. So in the middle, it tells you 35 PSI. And if you're low, when you're pumping it up, a little trick with these trucks, it'll actually honk at you. When it gets to 35 PSI in the tire you're pumping up, it'll honk and you know you're at the right pressure. You can stop pumping, put your cap back on, and you're good to go. And now the last page is actually settings. That's where you can kind of mess around with everything I just showed you in the previous pages. You can see driver assistance. You click on there. That's your lane assist, blind spot, emergency braking. You can see speed limit sign is on. If I put it to off, it disappears up top. So if you don't want that on, you can just make it disappear. Driver attention. That's basically all your list or your lane assist and emergency stuff. It'll make sure that it's working and it'll buzz. You can turn that off. You basically have no safety measures. Parking aids, that's your parking sensors and stuff. You can turn those off or down. And if we go back now, you can see meter settings. This is where you can go to different pages and you can pick which ones you actually want. So if you don't want those gauges, you can see and click that one, it'll disappear. We'll keep the off-road. You can, I don't know, maybe you don't want your navigation. You can click that, it'll disappear, it'll all be gone. Take the speed limit sign off as well. Now when you go back into those pages, they aren't there. Eco Drive Report, it'll tell you just how good you're driving. You can go the welcome effect. It'll tell you if you want it on or off and all that stuff. Go back again, Vehicle settings. Now we're getting into the alerts. Your rear door alert, I have that off. It basically beeps and just reminds you that you might have a kid in the back. So I don't forget about my kids in the back, so I don't need that. Lighting, just how much you want or how long the lights are on in the car. Turn indicator, you can actually turn it whether it blinks 3 times, 4 times, you can change all that. What you lock and unlock with the key per push of the button, and your wiper speeds and all that, you can put it all on. Go back again out of here, alerts, again, timer alert, navigation alerts, everything that is in this goes through here. Maintenance, that's your vehicle maintenance. You got oil and filter, air filter, tires, brake pads, brake fluid, battery, transmission fluid, engine coolant, spark plug, and other. And they'll all have their recommended, it'll be in there when you start the vehicle, but it all has their recommended times and it'll actually pop up and tell you when it's ready to be changed. Unit, we're in Canada, so kilometers an hour. PSI, we got it in Celsius. If you want to change that to miles an hour in Fahrenheit, this is where you're looking. Go back again, go down. Language, you can change the language to whatever country you happen to be in. And factory reset will reset it to how it all was originally when you first picked up the vehicle. And there you have it, guys. Just a quick run through of the little digital display there in between your gauges. A lot of info in there. I know this video is kind of just showing where everything is and what's in there. But you can go in, mess around with it. It's all fairly easy. You can't really wreck anything. And if you can't figure it out, maybe you mess with something, just factory reset it. It won't do anything to the rest of the vehicle. It'll just reset in the middle there. And you can start fresh. It'll be just like when you picked up the truck originally. So hopefully this video helped you out. Leave a thumbs up and subscribe. Catch you in the next video, hopefully. And thanks for watching this one.